as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out. And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. First carry for their fullback. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
Off the toss, Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Let's go, we're on the ball after this. Hurry, hurry! Move.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now's a good chunk of yardage picked up there. And the big fella, sometimes he doesn't need a whole lot of space created. He can make his own way.
Let's go. Move.
Well, now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Move. Hey, gotta go.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Trubisky. He'll rifle this one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
Gotta go. Lock in.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Being chased out left. Hard throw, incomplete.
But they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3. Psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. And his kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out the just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Detroit! Detroit! Play. Back 99 Philly, here we go. 58 to the
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
No. Check. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go. 3-19.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And he finds Cook. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On second down, Cook. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's able to find Diggs. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A fourth down gamble turns into a fourth down scramble. But all is well. First down. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a first and goal just inside the 5. They'll go with a keeper. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down.
Detroit!
It's a quarterback sneak. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. He needed 2. He only got 1 on the sneak, and that's going to lead us to a 4th and 1. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Crosby puts it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right right back to him on first down. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith. To play in a tightly contested first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Let's go. This is Cohen. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Red ransom! Red ransom! Red ransom! Red ransom! Red ransom!
Now Trubisky. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taken in at the 11. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
He'll look to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Move.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Move. Red ransom! Hey, 18. Gotta go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Let's see what they draw up here. Third and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Lock in, lock in. Red, up.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
No, check. Patriot!
They'll throw now on the final play. Escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. and they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And that'll set them back 5. Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game.
Hey, 18. 18.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for the Bears on 3rd. And even 60 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's to the 10, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Watch it now, Barney! Here we go now.
They start the drive with Cook. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Cook. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive.
And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's pulled in at the 32. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Elsewhere, they have gone to the third quarter now in Dallas. And the Redskins have scored again to extend their advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Gotta go.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
They'll drop to throw. Dance, and he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. Under pressure again, And down he goes again. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Over.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. On first down, Trubisky throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Move. You see it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
56 to 5, boys. 56. Move. 18. Lock in. Hey, gotta go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
I'm coming. Check 3. Check 9.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Buying time to his left. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Steps away. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Gone! Now let's go! Blue line it! Blue line!
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taken in at the 22. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on fourth down leads to 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Lets it fly for Thielen. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Steps up, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Gone!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And now this is either a fake or their coach is delusional or both here. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Gotta go. Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in. Hey, 18. Blue, blue.
On third down, Trubisky. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now back to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught. They give him a gain of 37. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
All right, here we go. 319. 319. Hot.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
They'll run for it with Cook. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll go with the keeper, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Minnesota. It's their quarterback with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Crosby with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So 15 ticks remaining as they line up for the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
This first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Bears, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
You